So first, just with the bullpen, Dave Roberts does want to see those guys get back on track. He said it starts with just throwing strike one, and they can do that and kind of continue the tone that hopefully Emmett Sheehan can do in this one today. Then with Blake Trinan, as he mentioned, he's not eligible to come off the IL until Sunday. So they are hopeful that once he is eligible, though, he could be available to return. So whether that's potentially Sunday here in Boston or it could be during the series in Cincinnati. Another guy to keep their eye on would be Blake Snell. So he's going to continue with his rehab assignment. He's got one more start this weekend, and then he could potentially be lined up to be pitching back in Tampa, guys.
All right, both of those Dodgers Blakes returning hopefully on this road trip. Kirsten, thank you very much. Right now, let's get a look at the Dodgers lineup to go up against Red Sox right-hander Brian Bayo. You have Shohei leading things off with Mookie not in there for personal reasons. Then it's Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, and Teoscar Hernandez. Andy Pages in center field batting fifth. Michael Conforto in left. Tommy Edman is at third. Hae-Sung Kim batting eighth, playing second base. And then Jerry, it's Miggy Rowe at shortstop batting ninth.
Listen, I know we're going to discuss Mookie Betts, but you have a guy like a Miguel Rojas on your roster for these types of reasons. Miguel Rojas has been excellent defensively, but also with the bat.
You know, when I look at the lineup, I hope somebody at the bottom surprises us with some contributions today, because it does get a little shorter without Mookie. And I know his bat's been cold, but of Conforto and Edman and Kim, please surprise us with some production.
Yeah, and Mookie Betts not having the kind of season that he expects to have and that we've seen throughout his career, hitting just .238. But his presence in the lineup, it is still something opposing pitchers are going to have to think about. Plus, he likes playing at Fenway Park. Your shot brought to you by Southern California Toyota. Oral, 5-1 in your career against the Red Sox. You were 2-0 at Fenway Park, so
wow.
You have the honors today.
I did not like turning around over my right shoulder and seeing that green monster, but I'm going to take Will Smith to hit some over that green monster today. Either pull it off there for a double, maybe even a long single if they played it right, but a home run over the wall.
What was it like pitching against Ted Williams?
Teddy was really tough on me.
He had the shift back then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with another legend, current legend, Shohei Ohtani.
Wow.
I think he has a huge night tonight. He's red hot. He will stay red hot.
All right, well, I'm going to take a guy that just passed Lou Gehrig on the all-time doubles list, delivered the walk-off winner on the last game of the homestand. I'm going with Freddie Freeman. He's just going to knock a couple of balls the other way, right off the green monster. Maybe a couple of doubles to add on to his incredible career total. It is the first of 9 games on the East Coast against 3 teams within 2 games of a playoff spot. In the Red Sox case right now, they currently hold down one of the wild card spots in the American League. Joe Davis and Jessica Mendoza will be on the call right now. They join us live from the booth at Fenway Park with a preview. Hi there, Joe.
Hi, John. You guys were talking about the momentum hopefully gained from the way they finish off the homestand, winning that series against the Twins, and the guy that provided the game-winning hit, maybe some momentum for him too, and Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Earl, Jerry, you guys nailed it talking about it earlier, because you guys know when you're feeling this funk and it's like, how do we get through this? Felt like they were going to lose another one. That hit, that walk-off, you get on the plane, you rally. I mean, just seeing the faces and that momentum coming into this big series.
For the first game of this series, Emmett Sheehan goes for the Dodgers. First few games, he was excellent. Last time, gave up 5 runs and looks for a bounce-back game.
You know, what I want to see from him is that changeup. I mean, it is a pitch that can be so dominant. We saw the slider kind of lack the command that he had with that pitch. He'll throw the changeup to both righties and lefties. And when you look at the Red Sox, their numbers against the changeup just barely over 200. One of those pitches, a third pitch from Sheehan, but I love it against this team.
All right, it's Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. Brian Bayo counters for the Red Sox. The first of 3. It's always special when these teams get together in one of these 2 ballparks. The oldest one in baseball right here. Fenway Park, first game coming up.
Certainly is
your home for pre- and post-game coverage. Before the first pitch, to reaction after final out. Get all the news you need to know. This is the place to be. Access Sportsnet Dodgers on Sportsnet LA.
We flash back to July 21st of last year, the last time the Dodgers faced the Red Sox. Shohei hit his 30th home run of the season here. It was certainly a memorable one. It traveled 473 feet, Jerry, the longest at Dodger Stadium last year. It hit a guy on the concourse in the chest, just out there trying to enjoy an adult beverage.
I would assume if I was that fan getting hit in the chest by Shohei.
And he didn't the ball because it ricocheted off to another guy.
Yeah, and somebody else got it. But listen, we know Shohei Ohtani has a light tower power. So fans, I'm telling you this, when you're at Dodger Stadium, Shohei Ohtani's up, when you're in center field in that pavilion, even by our set, head on a swivel. because you never know when a ball can come your way. Be ready to go. And I just love the reaction of the pitcher. Soon as Shohei Ohtani hit it, he even turned back. He said, just go ahead and give me another ball. I love that.
The guy on the concourse that got hit, I wish he would have had a beer belly because it would have kind of
he
stuck.
was
And
up
then
there.
he could have caught the
stops
ball.
to watch him bat on the monitor, and then literally he sees the home run. Then he's upset because the ball, they're missing out on seeing him hit a home run.
Right.
Didn't notice that the ball carried him through, hit him off the chest, and rolled to some other guy. Picked it up.
What a memory.
On Sunday, Shohei Ohtani is going to be facing his former teammate, Walker Buehler, the man who closed out the 2024 World Series, now a Red Sox pitcher. And today, Buehler talked with the LA media. He is our Dodger voice, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
No, it's cool. It's a fun deal. Obviously, I think I'm going to get the ring a little bit later, so that'll be cool. It's good to see everyone, obviously, but big 3-game series for us. Try and win some games as well.
Haven't had a chance to, I guess, see it online at this point, and everybody else is. How much do you like what you've seen so far? I guess in pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a ton of ugly championship rings out there, so. But no, it's awesome, and I'm obviously excited to get my hands on it.
How much have you paid attention to the ceremony at the stadium, the first homestand where they got their rings, and just the team in general?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I still stuff pops up everywhere, and it's an interesting feeling. Obviously, to be a part of it for so long, and then now to be here, and it's been awesome here, and it's just kind of a fun weekend, and my birthday's on Monday too, so it's kind of a whole thing, but. No, it's been great.
Do you think once you get the ring and you go through whatever they're going to present to you, that'll be closure on your Dodger career and just the World Series, or do you already have that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you already have it. Everyone kind of knows I'm on a 1-year contract, and so you never know what's going to happen down the road. But it's an interesting deal. I think playing against your old team is one thing, but playing against them when you haven't seen them since you won the whole thing is a whole different thing. So, I mean, once I get it, I think that kind of part of it's done, but. At the end of the day, we'll still all kind of be close or whatever for forever and have some really good memories of last October.
Watching Ohtani come back from second Tommy John, what can you tell him about your journey back too?
That he's lucky he didn't have to pitch in Oklahoma City so many times. No, I mean, there's going to be ups and downs to it. He's obviously at a different level of athlete than basically anyone in this game, and I don't know what it's like to hit 50 homers, so, for him, I think he just needs to kind of go at his own pace, and he seems to be throwing the ball hard and feeling good about what he's doing, so, at the end of the day, that's kind of all you can hope for.
Were you watching when Kershaw got his 3,000 strikeouts?
I saw it, obviously. I don't think I was watching during the game. We were playing maybe, but, I texted him, and, it's a cool thing. I've seen. Kind of wish I would have seen it. Obviously, I got to see Scherzer's, and I think any of those monuments you get to see as a player is really, really cool. And I think it's kind of well known. No one deserves the success that he's had more than Clayton, and a really cool moment for him. We got to hang out a little bit yesterday. He had his kids here before they worked out and stuff, so got to see everyone, and cool deal.
Pitched against a lot of teams, as you mentioned, but obviously never these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Last time out against Philly, really good start for you, really step in the right direction. Just knowing these guys so well, how do you get ready for a start against a team that you're so familiar with?
Yeah, I think you just try and keep it as normal as you can. Obviously, it'll be a little awkward or funny or whatever, but at the end of the day, like we're all playing a sport for paychecks, and it's kind of the goal is to go and get one over on them. So I think preparation-wise, anything's really different.
Emmett Sheehan pitching at Fenway Park for the first time as a big leaguer. Oral and Jerry on the intricacies of pitching and hitting at baseball's most unique ballpark next. Access Sportsnet Dodgers is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Dodgers and Red Sox just a few minutes away. Shohei Ohtani is a .310 career hitter at Fenway Park with a couple of homers. He's also Jerry's called shot. Shohei looking to homer in the 6th straight game. That would be a new franchise record. A big part of Fenway Park's charm, it's the green monster in left field. It can also be very intimidating for some pitchers. Or I've heard people talk about when you're out on the mound, it feels like so close, but you were 2-0 in 3 career starts at Fenway. So how do you approach pitching there with those unique dimensions?
Whatever pitch you select, you want it to hit to the big part of the ballpark. After that, I will tell you, at that ballpark, it's extra important to get out there on the mound before you actually have to go out on the mound. Learn how to throw to the bases, get your perspective, because it's very odd to look at that over your right shoulder, the Green Monster, and then look at all the different areas that you might have to field a bunt or something going on the mound.
Jerry, quick thought on hitting there.
Right-handed hitters. Yeah. I should have done this really. I did it in the second half of my career. They got up on the plate. Left-hand hitters are trying to use that green monster, kind of like Freddie Freeman. I think it's more of a challenge for the defense. The shortstop needs to go out on fly balls to help the left-hander when it ricochets off that wall.
All right, some of the things the guys were probably working on yesterday when they had a workout at Fenway Park. It's the first of 3 from Fenway. Dodgers and Red Sox. Joe Davis, Jessica Mendoza have the call. Take it away.
Here's the 2-2. Not close. Full count. Payoff pitch. Ohtani cracks one right side past the diving Rafaela for a base hit.
2 strikes. Look at where this pitch is located. So after he swings the changeup, this is off the plate in on the hands. I mean, it like almost cracks the bat. That's how far off the barrel on the hands it is. And Ohtani still finds a way to get this through the 4-hole for a hit.
And now 5 for 10 against Bayo. Dodgers have a 1-0 lead. They have Ohtani aboard here with 1 gone in the 3rd. Will Smith at the plate. When you consider the risk of something going wrong there and what that would mean. He runs again and a base hit the other way. A little hit and run right there. A little run and hit. Ohtani still slid into second. It looked like a glitch on a video game. Him sliding into second there as the ball was already in right field.
Yeah, he was honed in on getting to second base because I think you're right. If he's going to go, he better be absolutely certain. Will Smith, an excellent job on a 2-seam running in, just poking it to the right side. Giant hole.
Not your prettiest pop-up slide. So we found something that he's not superhuman at.
Pop-up slides. Oh.
Back-to-back hits from the top of the order and a chance here for Freddie Freeman. Flied out to center field his first time. Ohtani at second, Smith at first. Bayo's 1-1. Freeman sends it in the air to center field. Duran coming on, drops in front of him for a base hit. Station to station they go. Runners had to be sure that that thing would drop. Didn't look like it was gonna, but Duran was playing deep. It did, and they're loaded.
A slight deep 2 from Jarren Duran kind of kept Shohei a little bit of a pause, and it's interesting, all the hits the Dodgers have gotten less than 80 miles an hour off the bat. In fact, the 2 that were smoked would have been the outs. Conforto and Teo. We see that deke Duran did last second, kind of pretending like he was going to catch it.
Here's an area where Brian Bayo, as we talk about the massive peaks and valleys he's had in his career, he's tended to let things spiral out of control when things happen like you're talking about. Some bad luck schemes against him. They say he's done a better job of that in this recent run. That's been one of the differentiators, his ability to not let these things turn into blow-up innings. Well, but it's testing him here.
And that's where the swing and miss, I think, does play into it. I mean, he's beaten barrels. He's not being able.
On the 9th pitch, Teoscar Hernandez takes inside, ball 4. 2-0 Dodgers on a bases loaded walk from Teo. First walk of the game issued by Bayo, but that stat is not emblematic of his command in this game. He's continued to scatter it. And a lack of command has been the biggest limiter for him in his young career. Still loaded. Pages, who doubled his first time, watches strike 1. Golfs it the other way. Abreu's got a good arm. Backpedals, sets his feet, makes the catch. Here comes Will Smith. Here comes Abreu's throw. It's cut off, and it's a sacrifice fly for Andy Pages. It's 3-0 Dodgers. Productive day going for Pages in his first game at Fenway Park. A double, a run, and now an RBI.
The two-strike hitting continues too. Just being able to put the ball in play. Joe, that's been the difference. Gets a swing and miss on a sweeper, which a lot of times you'll see. Instead, he pokes it into right field. Another run on the board.
Dodgers start this long road trip with a hard-fought win right here, 5-2 over the Red Sox.
You know, and you think about Teoscar Hernandez, not only the big home run, but also all the hits that led up to that. I mean, the 10 hits, the way that the Dodgers not necessarily smashing the ball, but getting on base, getting the job done.
How about the pitching tonight? Sheehan looked shaky early. He figured it out towards the end of his outing, and then the bullpen scoreless relief work.
Oh, okay. So if we were to talk about this in the third inning, when he gives up those 2 runs, you would have thought a lot more runs were going to come in, and instead, not just Sheehan, but the rest of the bullpen shutting down the Red Sox offense. Totally different game than what you saw in the first 3 innings.
And Ben Casparis getting his first career save to lock it all down. 5-2 the final score. Dodgers get their 3rd win out of their last 4.
So first, just tell us, how special was it to be out there, have your first big league start here at Fenway?
It was really cool. I had a lot of people, a lot of family and friends in the stands. That was probably the best part. But yeah, it was awesome. Been dreaming about pitching here for a long time, so it was cool.
And then to go out there to have a solid performance. First, just how did you find settling in, especially after that second inning in which kind of the pitch count got up there a little bit?
Yeah, definitely didn't have my best stuff or execution today, honestly. But just got to work with what you have sometimes out there. So I felt like it went pretty well towards the end.
Is that your first time pitching here at like any level, nothing at BC or like that?
Yeah, first time. Yep.
Did you just go see your family, and if so, what was their reaction?
They were just all fired up to be here and to see me, so it was really cool to see all them and get to take pictures on the field and all that, so yeah, really cool.
Ben was saying that just for the two of you to have this experience, of course, you're both growing up in Connecticut, dreaming about playing in the big leagues, playing here, just to share it with each other, the start, the save. Can you talk about that?
It was awesome. Yeah, I've been with Ben since we got drafted, so it was really cool. I think he was an actual Red Sox fan growing up, so it might have been a little cooler for him, but it was really cool to see him go out there and do his thing too.
How big was it just to kind of get out of that first inning unscathed, even with the pitch count kind of climbing there?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to not let them do any damage there. I think just in the future, getting ahead of guys early and not letting them get into that spot is going to be the focus, but yeah, it felt good.
What was Mark's message when he came out there?
Just the usual, trying to calm me down a little bit. What do you want to go with here? That type of thing. So.
How often would you come to games here growing up?
Not very often. I've lived about 2 hours away, 2.5, so definitely went to more games in New York than here, but it was still cool.
Your first career save would happen to be here at Fenway ballpark you grew up coming to. How special was this just for you tonight?
It was pretty cool, especially to do it behind Emmett. We kind of talked about that, hopefully getting into the same game, so it was special and a great way to start the road trip.
What about for you personally? Just a confidence booster, things moving in the right direction?
For sure. Tough month, but I appreciate the coaching staff putting me kind of right back into the fire like that. I felt good coming off the last couple of days too, so just to get that one under my belt felt great.
What are some of the things you've been looking to address after this month and just trying to get back to where you were in April and May?
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems off of just some mechanical stuff. Obviously some game planning stuff, and at the end of the day, just executing a little bit better and, just getting ahead of guys.
Were you surprised to get the call in the ninth?
No, I just think with how fluid our bullpen is and, guys doing different roles, I think it could be anybody. So I wasn't too surprised, but it was special.
How was the dynamic change down there for all you guys with the comings and the goings?
I think just the expectation is to be ready when your name is called. And, at this point, a lot of guys have done a lot of different things. So we're pretty much ready for, anything.
Is it almost easier to put some of the struggles out of your mind when you come in the ninth and you're just kind of focused on trying to close out the game?
Yeah, for sure. I think, whether it's I'm coming in the third inning, fourth, ninth, you got to kind of just treat everything the same way and prepare the same every day. And so I think it makes it a little bit easier.
So did you get the ball?
I did get the ball.
What are you going to do with it?
It's going to be framed somewhere, that's for sure. That's for sure.
A lot of people in the stands.
Yeah, I have a lot of family, friends. And again, too, I haven't seen them yet, so it'll be nice to kind of go out to see them.
Was this your first time pitching here?
Yeah, first time pitching here, yeah.
No high school tournaments.
I played here in high school a couple of times, but I don't even think I was a pitcher at that time. So I was playing the infield still.
Dave, I know ahead of the game we talked about Emmett playing here at a stadium, of course, having gone to Boston College, the excitement. How did you see him just settle into this one and really get things going?
You know, it was good early. Then I think he got into a little bit of I think that first at bat, you know, Duran got his pitch count up in that first at bat, and then the stress, I think, in the second or third inning. But it was good to see him, you know, that fourth and fifth inning, be efficient, get through that, and shorten the game for us. And I thought he managed his emotions really well, competed really well, and made pitches when he needed to. And I thought the slider was better than it was his last turn. So, you know, he gave us everything we needed, and, you know, we needed every bit of it.
You guys often talk about how it's important to kind of get things started on a high note. To see this group play a complete baseball game, the pitching, the defense, the offense all coming together, how important is that just to set the tone for a long road trip like this one?
It was good. It was good. I thought the pitching, the defense, the at-bats, Teo obviously had a huge at-bat. I thought, you know, in the beginning part of the game, I thought Teo, Andy taking their walks, really good. Some two-strike hitting was really good. And so, yeah, and even in the ninth inning, I thought that play that Tommy made was a really underrated play, tough play, big spot. And it was good to get Ben out there and get him a save.
Building that inning against Bayo, and even like later on that inning, like doing the double steals, that just kind of byproduct of like where her lineups kind of.
No, that was a miscommunication on my part. You know, that was just a miscommunication on my part. So I'll wear that one. That was a situation where I didn't want him running, but I didn't communicate that well enough.
Did this feel just like another night where the offense is kind of continuing to round back into the form you guys have been expecting?
Yeah, you know what, I think, yes. I think that situationally we were good. I thought we did a good job building innings. Like I said earlier, we took some good walks, spoiled some good pitches, and, you know, Bayo's one of their guys. So, yeah, it is getting back to, you know, what we need. Even Miggy wrote at the bottom. I think he's taken really good at-bats, you know, in the last couple of weeks, too.
How much does it help that, like, Andy and Teo are kind of looking more like themselves in the middle of the order?
It's certainly helpful. You know, I think that they're just taking better bats. And, you know, Andy, even the two-strike double in that first at-bat, I thought was a good piece hitting. And then Teo to take a walk, which was big. Walk in a run, I think it was. But, yeah, really good. And after the strikeout, to come back and hit a homer was really good. But, yeah, having those two guys in the middle of the or doing what they're doing makes life a lot easier for all of us.
You talked about the injuries creating opportunities. You created opportunities in the bullpen tonight. How did you like what you saw from that foursome?
I liked it. You know, I thought getting a chance to get Bandit in there to get him on some lefties, I thought was great. I felt that he did what he needed to do, you know, going 1+. And then I just felt that, you know, with his pitch count up the inning prior, I felt that we didn't want to create anything with Wong at the bottom of the order. So Henriquez coming in there did a nice job. He'll be available tomorrow. And then, yeah, I mean, Alex in the meat of the order really looked sharp again. And I think for me it's, you know, with Kirby's usage recently, I wanted to give him 2 days to sort of reset to get back tomorrow, which we did that. And I want to get Caspi back out there. And, you know, I know it wasn't clean, but it was good to see some soft contact and him get through it. And I thought, you know, given how his last outing was, he passed a big test, and that was good. That was good for him.
Alex, how valuable has he been, just considering, I know we've talked about the injuries, but just to have him as a really solid, super high leverage guy right now?
It's great. You know, he's a guy that I feel that he trusts me in the sense of whatever role that we put him in. He's up to the task, gets lefties, righties out. He's done up, downs. He's come into big spots to be the fireman. And just to kind of have a guy that's been through it, and to solidify some things that we've got going on in the pen has been big. But I think for Alex, it's just a lot of unselfishness, preparedness, and certainly the performance is there.